Okie dokie. And with that, let's keep it going. I'm glad. Somebody's got to believe in Shard. That's all it takes. Bit of belief to just manifest this thing into success, shall we? You resistant to poison or immune? Oh boy. What fun. Maybe I need to start diversifying a little bit here. I mean, our only other option that we can really cast at the moment is ice-based, so that's not going to help out a great deal against you. I mean, technically, I have a fire dagger. Unfortunately, did not quite do as much damage as we needed there. Let's go into this little one wide at the very least, and then hopefully kill you. Holy moly. A bit closer than I would have liked, but such is life, I guess. And jeez Louise. Let's pick up the money before we start potentially getting out of here. I don't even know what I'm doing with my life anymore. I guess I can try to fight you again. Last time it didn't go horribly. Oh, this buddy might be a bit of a problem, though. I do wish now that I had invested in getting that Mephitic Cloud online. Especially as I take a pretty absurd amount of damage. Even Curari might have been a good bet here to get some intervening distance between us and our latest and greatest new friend. But instead, we're just going to have to Acid Wand and hope you die. Never want to find yourself in a situation where you're wistfully hoping for destruction like that, but I guess such is what we've come to here. Holy moly, there we go. This fight going a little more as I expected the previous ones to fall into. But hopefully that was the last of our new friends. Again, this is just telling me that Mephitic Cloud would have been very, very nice to have on board at this stage. I mean, we're not doing too horribly with the poison here. If we can just keep layering that on our lovely new friend. Thank you. And now here we go. Like, sure, you're going to hit like a gosh darn truck, but you're also going to be in deep, deep trouble with the amount of poison we can stack on you, my friends. That is beautiful. Let's check in. Irradiate actually coming down real fast. I think I will learn that immediately here. Have that in our back pocket. Do I get Mephitic going? I feel like we're learning it almost slightly too late, but no time like the present, eh? And there we go, Rhyme Drake taken care of. And now we can try to prove that Mephitic wasn't a total waste. Hey, look at that. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she lovely? Oh gosh. There we go. Finally the confuse takes place. Fantastic. Oh my gosh, that poison stacked up real quick. Okay, poison is not gonna do the trick with you, my friend. Again, we do have Irradiate in our back pocket as an emergency option, so maybe not the end of the world. But 13% failure is not ideal by any stretch. And you know, instead of walking towards you, I probably should try to soften you up. Just a smidge here. And then you want 13%. I was about to say, what are the odds? But immediately ran into the brick wall in that one. Gosh darn it. But hey, we made it out in one piece, so I cannot complain too much at the end of the day. We also now have our lair entrance, which lair should be a pretty sweet spot for us. The one issue that I see at the moment, that I foresee, is that we're still pretty much all poison here. And Hydras, little known fact, resistant to poison. So we're going to have trouble with those sons of guns. Unfortunately, not really seen any great alternative yet. For now, let's just head down one more floor here, and we can at least get some more of our identification out of the way, have a bit of a better idea as to, you know, what exactly we're working with here. Ouch. Then immediately live to regret our actions here. Hello, my Cyclops friend. If I could just stack up enough poison on you, that would be beautiful. Potentially some confusion too. Fantastic. And that takes care of our new one-eyed friend. Beautiful. And we'll just get right back into the swing of things. Nice wizard hat. Unfortunately, not gonna do the trick for us here, at least not at the moment. Well, let's start spreading our poison amongst both of our new friends here. And everyone's confused. We're all in the same boat. And that is wonderful. Ooh, hello Manticore. Not an ideal encounter, but at the very least you are vulnerable to poison, so I will try to take full advantage of just such a thing. Get OTR for our invisible friend here, though it does look like they'll succumb to poison in almost no time, so that is beautiful. And just keep swimming, shall we? Holy moly. Now the Yak Packs, this is why I was actually very excited for Lair, because that's one of the more satisfying encounters you can make your way through when you have access to OTR. Just wonderful stuff. And I guess I should confuse spellcasters, make sure they're not doing anything too tricky. Oh my gosh. You don't say. Well, Ignite Poison, you're immediately being learned, even though you don't help out with the whole Hydra issue that we were discussing earlier. And maybe going to Ice? Freezing Cloud doesn't seem like the end of the world. Air Magic, -2. Ice is at least at 0, hopefully. It is at 0. Let's do it. Let's start training some ice magic in the background here, and that can be a little bit of a backup. And then what I would like to do is actually trade out. Or do you know what? Maybe rather than trade out, we'll throw Oakleb's Radiance onto, I believe it's M, and then is the other one capital N? The other one is capital N, so we'll also do a little bit of that and put Night Poison there. And now, I believe we're pretty much set for the OTR speedrun strats here. Continue down to at least 12. Okay, not going to be able to show it off quite yet. Can at least get you set up, my friend. And here we go. This is where we make all our money back. So we just ignite the night and let it shine. Something like the 4th of July. Beautiful. And a Centaur Warrior could definitely throw a bit of a wrench to our plans here, but it's not the end of the world. LRD, hey? I mean, if we had some Earth Magic already, I'd be tempted to go the Petrify LRD route for taking care of Hydras. I guess we could use Fulminant Prism. IMB. That's a potent combo on any character. Let's do it. In fact, now I'm not even quite so sure about the ice strategy. We could instead hold off until we see what comes next. If we end up getting like ignition early on, then training a bunch of fire magic would be nice. If we find shatter, definitely could also try to abuse that. For now, we'll stick with the tried and true IMB and Fulminant Prism combination. You are poison resistant, my friend, which does suck. That much we can say for certain. We'll drop that there, and then we'll do a bit of radiation on you, my friend. That's not the end of the world. Ooh, a ring of wizardry, hey? You do not say. So with that, if we swap out our See Invisible, I mean, everything was already pretty castable. I guess Freezing Cloud is real close to being fully operational, so that's nice. Oh, gosh darn vampires. Drop one of those bad boys, radiate you just a smidge, and that is perfect. Excuse me, my friend, if you could just chill out a smidge, a wee bit. You could be so kind. And then for the rest of these sons of guns. Beautiful. Now that is much, much more like it. And let's try to finish off the last little bit of the floor here, shall we? Using a nice combination of poison magic and igniting it. Always a treat to see. A real pleasure. And Skeletal Warrior, on the other hand, is not what we want to see. Oh me oh my. So we'll just leave those bad boys to their own devices and finish off the Wraith with a lovely bit of action there. Didn't actually really mean to Fulminant Prism, just still in the same spot as before, thinking that my macros are still set up that way. Whoopsie daisies. Does look like the Exploding Fulminant Prism took out the Acid Drake though, so that's nice. Do like to see that, of course. Yeah, Longsword Electrocution. I mean, at least we're made of stone, so electrocution, not the biggest deal in the world, but not ideal. Can't open doors, can you bastards? Exactly. Grow opposable thumbs, idiots. Definitely highly deserved fate to befall them there, because they totally chose not to have opposable thumbs, of course. That's how evolution works. It all depends on where you spec, you know, as a species. And that is definitely a choice. Do have some amnesia here, so maybe I forget something. Could forget Mephitic Cloud, even though I feel like I'll live to regret that. Or Dormitus. One of the few things that can hit out of line of sight. Oh yeah, Fulminant Prism, it's beautiful for that. Taking care of like oak globes or statues, just fantastic spell. Truly a wonder to behold. Oh man. I was only 1 point short, then it's easy. Get rid of Sting. That's a great loss. It's a bit harder, needing to get 2 points here. Then it's your Splendid Octopode Conjurer until you got to Lair, and the one that did get to Lair hung quite a lot on how Killer Bees, yeah, etc. can open doors. Right, I don't find it strategy I can use too often in any given run, but when you're able to fully take advantage of doors, it is always a wondrous sight to behold. They said no one has it going. Prism is S tier in your book. I agree. Yeah, the Genie run of our Great Players series has forever shifted the paradigm in my head towards Fulminant Prism. There was a long time where I was much more of a 9B stan, didn't really understand Fulminant Prism and why everyone loved it so much, but that Genie run very much turned it around when I was, you know, killing orbs of fire with Fulminant Prism, since it was our only real option at the moment, or at that moment I should say. Play random combos each one until you get to Lairs. Oh nice, that's a fun strategy. You did make old boulder beetles knock down doors just to make life harder. Oh, that's interesting. I like that thematically, that's fitting. You know what, I don't think I can part with anything quite yet, even though I'm gonna regret it when there's immediately a Hydra waiting for us, but we'll sort that out when we get here, shall we? Ooh, snake, also kind of a problem for me. Ah, that's more like it. More folks that are vulnerable to poison. Please and thank you, if you could be so kind. Ooh, okay, not looking like I'm gonna be able to kill that wolf before we head out. This is a stony looking Spriggan hunter. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's definitely it's a statue of a Spriggan, you see, is all part of it here. But no, unfortunately, the hunter didn't last too long today. Probably should change the stream title, but honestly, for a while there, since we kept starting runs and just immediately dying, sometimes to the very first enemy that we came across, I decided to hold off and wait. But now that Shard is starting to roll, just starting, I'm not gonna get too bold about my claims quite yet. Maybe we can afford to make that a little bit better here, shall we? Except I cannot think of titles. I guess Spriggan Hunter was not exactly the most creative one either, so Gargoyle. Ooh, let's just go Toxic. Toxic Gargoyle. Why not? That should do the trick. Oh man. But okie dokie, if we want to head back down there, we do need some way of dealing with that snake. Do I revisit getting rid of something here? Even Poisonous Vapors. I like the spell a lot. It has a lot of niche use case. I guess I can relearn it relatively shortly here. So let's start there. And that way, we can at least learn Freezing Cloud. Not the best rate of casting it at the moment here, but it's getting there. And you know what, I'll take the risk of hitting myself. Fortunately, does not end up being the case here, but that definitely does a decent job against our reptilian friends, so we love to see it. And swap over to the nice magenta cape, lovely stuff. And I guess if there's ever a time to fail a spell, it is when we can afford to do so, like there, so I don't mind that whatsoever. And gonna keep forgetting which keys all of my abilities are on. Perfect. Great job, me. I have Radiate, I'm good. Well, that's not wrong. I guess a bit tricky for Hydras, just letting them get that close, but do have a bit of a point there for sure. You know, let's get some poison stacking up on you, my friend, while we're given the opportunity. And a nice mixture of fire, ice, and poison. Just truly abusing the elements here. Radiate's hard to use in vanilla these days. You took the B-Crawlishism of have it give you sat magic, which is much better. It gives us sat magic, so you have to cast it like rarely every few turns. That's interesting. Radiate got the nerf bat like 3 times and it's still solid. Yeah, no, I agree. Just one of the best spells in the game, or at least the most consistently good spell in the game here. Always happy to see it on basically any caster I play. Especially depending on what the dungeon is looking like. If you're having to go into Spider, then you best be wishing that you have a bit of irradiate action to carry you through those bad boys. Like Ash. See, that's so interesting to me because I feel like I'm a late convert to the Ash cult here. I definitely find them super strong. Not even just in this latest version, but since they were changed. Which, I don't know, maybe that's not an unpopular opinion, but when they changed from the cursed item mechanic to what they have now, or you know, the old school curse, I guess, to make it a bit more explicit. That's easy to use once, but you better not be planning to cast more spells. Yeah, that's a very interesting trade-off for sure. Sap is brutal.